welcome to my Wednesday evening stream. I'm starting a few minutes early because I may end a few minutes early. Oh, I keep doing that.
Wednesday evening stream.
Man, okay. I turn the volume on, turn the volume off, I play with it, so I keep forgetting to mute it. So, first, before I start quilting, because today is quilting day. This morning was pinning day over at the Family Center, so today's quilting day. Oh, and of course, let me see if I can get my gloves out. Okay, good. Oh, so first, a few housekeeping things. I remembered after I started the stream, I didn't change the picture, so I'm going to go do that. I want to take the Tetris out, and I want to put my gallery of finished quilts in. So the pictures that are scrolling by on the left-hand side are all of my finished quilts. Not all of them, but a good selection of them that I like, just to give you a general idea of the type of quilts that I've made before. I figured that's a good one to do while I'm quilting. So, and today is quilting day, which means I'm free motion quilting. I will try to keep an eye on the chat, subscriptions, follows, everything as best as I can. But if I miss something, please feel free to point it out, because I'm only going to glance at it now and then. So I'm not going to look at it as much as I do normally. And of course, I have to go through all of the follows that I've had. So first, and I figured out I can share them again to give you guys some love. Terrence subscribed apparently on, let's see, today is Wednesday, on my Monday stream. It didn't show up. I don't know what happened. He used the Twitch Prime. He said, hey, so by the way, I subscribed towards the end of your stream on Monday and it didn't pop up and you didn't say anything. So I want to say I apologize. Thank you so much for subscribing. I appreciate it. If you pop in at my stream tomorrow, then you'll get 5 extra bonus tickets for the drawing. And then since I streamed, I have Kay Justina. Thank you very much for the follow. Imperial Girl apparently just started following me. She didn't, oh, it didn't pop in. There we go. We were chatting and she goes, I don't think I've ever actually followed your channel. So yeah, she's amazing. Every now and then she hosts me. She pops in, I host her. So she is the team lead for the sewing stream, or sewing team that I belong to. And then BT63 oil, maybe. Thank you for the follow. And Sapphire, thank you very much for the follow. I appreciate it. And Sapphire. There we go. System's a little bit behind, so I'll wait till that one goes off. And then the next one is Blood Moon 2004. Thank you very much for the follow. I appreciate it. I got a bunch of follows while I'm not streaming, so I've got to go through them all. There's still just a couple more. And then the next one is Lunar Umbreon. That one's got a cool one. Thank you very much for the follow. I appreciate it. And Cherry Pirates. I like that name, Cherry Pirates. That's pretty cool. Yeah, see, they're not popping. That's really weird. Oh, well. So it's, yeah, thank you very much for the follow. And then last but not least, Man-Eating Pikachu. See, and then some of these are, I guess, not clicking twice and they finally go through. So we'll see if Man-Eating Pikachu pops in. Nope, there's the Cherry Pirates again. Okay, so I guess it takes a while to start scrolling through the whole thing. I just want to make sure the Man-Eating Pikachu comes up for the hearts. Oh yeah, because I clicked it a few times because I didn't think it was going through. And Man-Eating Pikachu. There we go. So thank you again for the subscription and for all the follows. I love you guys. Thank you very much. Last piece of housekeeping. I moved my ironing camera here so you can see the free motion quilting. So it's on my actual machine. I wanted to make sure you don't see the display over here, because the problem with that is it is a the display will actually interfere with the camera and it won't look good at all. So we don't want that at all. I have not done anything to my machine. I have not changed anything. I have not done anything because I wanted to show you what I do and how I do it. So, starting from the very beginning, to quilt today. I don't know if I'm going to get through all of it. Oh, wait. I don't want to show you guys that yet. That's for maybe tomorrow's Friday stream. I have a panel quilt that's still left over that I could quilt. I have 2 Pac-Man quilts. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 t-shirt quilts I need to quilt. And then the Ghostbusters and the Tetris quilt that you guys saw me make over the past few days. So that is everything that I need to quilt. I think I'm going to start with the Pac-Man quilts because they're the easiest. And then I'll move on to Ghostbusters and Tetris. And then depending upon the time, I may move on then to the t-shirt quilts. Whatever I don't quilt today, I will finish tomorrow. So, yeah. So I will get to some of those t-shirt quilts. I know some people have been asking how I quilt the t-shirt quilts without any stabilizer in there. So I will get to that. If I don't get to it today, I'll get to it tomorrow. So, first thing, let me take my bobbin thread out of there. I want to change my foot. So this is the J foot that I was using for binding, because I like to use this machine for binding as well. Oops. This needs to come down a little bit. There we go. Come here. Hi. Oops, that's going up. I want to go down. Just making sure everything is good. Okay. So I need to change my foot. So let me grab my thing. I need to take off the presser foot completely. And I found what I like to use for quilting, which is just a basic C foot. This is the foot that most people quilt with. It's quite a nice one. It bounces. It's a good one. But I find that personally, I have more control. Marley, leave him be. I have more control with the C foot. So it's just a circle that's in there. So let's put that C foot on. I couldn't believe when I found it. Because the last time it was quilting day, I couldn't find it anywhere. And so I had to find the traditional quilting foot. That's not a walking foot. Okay, so Pac-Man. I have 2 of these I'm going to quilt. It's going to be the easiest and the fastest, which is why I'm going to do them first. So, I don't know. Off-white, silver, blue, because whatever I use, it has to look good on all of the fabrics. Yeah, I didn't like the way that looked there. There we go. I'll turn that one back on. So, you know what? I think I'm going to go a light blue. And I will not quilt Pac-Man. Yeah, I'm going to go with a light blue for this round. I like to switch it up, especially whenever I'm selling the quilts. So I'm going to go with a light blue, and then when I go around the Pac-Man, I'm actually not going to quilt Pac-Man. I'm going to go around him, because I think that'll highlight him a lot better. Okay, let me pick my red. Let's see, light blue. I have a dark blue. I still have to use the Gutermann threads. These, I haven't had a chance to use these yet. These are the new Gutermann Signature line. So Signature 50, 60, 40, 50, and 60, which is the weight, 40 weight, 50 weight, 60 weight. And I've got these great colors. So, but the only problem is they're a little dark. So I need to find something good to use these on. How do I open these? With scissors, Tony. Alright. So, yeah, see that blue's a little dark. You can see that's a little too dark. Alright, so I gotta keep these in mind for future ones. So, what do I have? I have... Ooh, no. Nope, that's still a little bit too dark. Alright, let's do... Oh! That's a pretty blue. You know what? I still have some regular Gutermanns. This is... I've got my thread cabinets split up, so you can actually see how this one pulls out a little bit behind the machine. My Gutermanns are on this side. My Superior, which is the Masterpiece, the King Tut, other things are on the other side. The only problem is my camera is blocking it. Ooh, how about that one? Ooh, I think I like that one. That thread. Do I have something lighter? That's the same one. Those are dark blues. Those are more true blue, the 7521s. I think they're almost the same. Those are all my silvers. I wish I could find a nice... Yeah, oh, there's the silvers. Oh, so maybe those are some nice light blues. What is that? Oh, I like that one better. That's a grayish blue. You can see that there. Yeah, I'm going to go with that one. So this one is 72.90. There's 74.90. There's another 72.90. Just want to make sure that I've got two. Just in case. Yep. Okay, so we're going to go with 72.90 for Gutermann. Now I could have used black, but then I wouldn't want to quilt through the ghost, through the pellet, or through the blue, the actual outlining. And I need empty bobbin. Yeah, I haven't done anything. I haven't picked colors. I haven't wound my bobbins. I haven't done anything. I figured I was going to show you all that stuff. Okay, so while that is winding, my next step that I'm going to do is I'm going to change my stitch to the one that I use for free motion quilting. The length doesn't make a difference for free motion because how fast you go depends upon the stitch length. So I'm going to... My pre-one that I normally do, there we go, is a tension on this machine at 4.2. Again, it depends on your machine, depends upon the thread. Okay, I've been asked a lot lately the machines that I recommend. At this point, there's nothing that I really recommend except make sure it has a drop-in bobbin. These drop-in bobbins are amazing. Like, amazing. I don't think I could ever have a sewing machine without a drop-in bobbin. So, I've got my stitch picked. I'm going to drop my feed dogs. So these things right here are the feed dogs. That's what helps push the fabric through the machine. So if you're sewing, you actually can go hands off and let the machine take the fabric and go with it. So yeah, so I'm dropping the feed dogs, so it will just sit there and keep on sewing until I move the fabric myself. And these are quilting gloves. So they're specialty gloves. It's the ones that I use are Wonder Grips. I love them. Basically what they do is they give a surface. It's kind of, it's not sticky, but a grippy surface to where I can really grip the quilt, and I can move it all around. So as you can see, it helps really grab that fabric. So I'm going to do a basting stitch all the way around. And with the basting stitch, it is not something that that you really need to do in your quilting. I do a basting stitch. There we go. I think I've got to change the needle. It's fine for right now. I'll wait until I go all the way around and see if I need to change the needle. So I use a basting stitch because if you watched me make the Ghostbusters quilt, yeah, you saw what my problem is. I tend to sew the back. It'll like fold down, and I tend to sew the back to, I don't know what I do. So the basting stitch just basically keeps it all in place so that nothing gets folded any weird way and have me sew it in. So it saves my sanity. And it basically just protects it from quilting the back into the quilt. And it doesn't make a difference with the basting stitch how it looks, because it's going to be hidden underneath the binding anyways. Okay, let me double check my tension. Yeah, everything looks good. Let me just go my normal speed of what I would go. Just to check tension, because again, it doesn't make a difference, because you're not going to see it. Yep, tension's good. I also, as you just saw, use the basting stitch all the way around as a way to check my tension, just to make sure that the top and the bottom. You never know. Different threads, quilts, even if you have it set, like I've got this set for free motion quilting, it could change. And it could say, you know what, this particular fabric you're using, we're going to change it on you a little bit. And you're going to change tension. So, yeah. So, double checking it again. Let me turn it up a little bit. Yeah, that looks good. Okay, so before I get quilting, make sure that you have a nice straight back chair. You're sitting straight up. And you know what? I did move this a little bit. Let me move it back. Sorry. Messing with the camera a little bit. So, sit straight up. Make sure your shoulders are back. You want to try to have your legs and your feet at a 90-degree angle. And then if you are leaning over like I tend to do, don't hunch. Make sure you have a straight back, because the more you hunch, the more it's going to hurt your back over the long period of time. And we want to make sure that we save our stuff. So, let's get quilting. And I'm sure I'm going to say it a few times this... Oh, I said I wasn't going to go through Pac-Man. And I just went through Pac-Man. That's okay. He still looks good. It actually doesn't look bad. Don't you hate whenever you have a plan, and then you totally ignore your plan, and you're like, wait, I had a plan. So, I'm gonna, like I was gonna say, I will probably say it a few times this stream, but tomorrow is the giveaway stream. That means we are doing 2 giveaways. The first is for the new God of Mischief, the trickster god. He is based off of Loki, and it is a lap-sized quilt pattern. We released him on Monday, and on Tuesday's Facebook post, I asked you to make a comment on the post with your favorite notion. So if you comment on that post with your favorite notion, then you have a chance to win. And you do not need to be present to win. So that is one where make a comment, that's fine. And then at 1 o'clock Eastern Standard Time tomorrow, I will have the random name generator, and I will actually Facebook Live it and show you the random name generator, so you know I'm not picking it. It will have, it will randomly pick one of those comments, and that person will win the quilt. The second giveaway tomorrow I'm doing is at 2 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. And the second giveaway is for a pattern of your choice. So I said every 100 followers, I would do a giveaway. So I have now reached over 100 followers. So here we go. In order to qualify for this one, you do need to watch tomorrow's stream. So you need to be in the Twitch stream tomorrow between 1 and 2 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Just say something in chat. You can pop in and say anything. You can say the word anything. Doesn't make a difference. As long as you type something in chat tomorrow, between 1 and 2 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, then you are qualified to win. And that drawing will be at 2 o'clock again tomorrow. So it's possible that you could win both. If you make a comment on the Facebook and you pop into the stream, you could theoretically win 2 patterns tomorrow. As you can hear from the dogs barking, my husband is home. The dogs like to greet him. Now, the biggest thing with free motion quilting, no matter what pattern you decide to do, as you're moving it around, you have to make sure that you move it at the same speed. The moment that you start to speed up or slow down, you're going to change your tension, and you're going to change your stitch length. So the stitch length is determined by how fast you're going. It's funny, I've looked at one of the quilts that I made for my father as one of the first quilts that I did. And I'm looking at the stitch length on it, and the stitch length is so wide. They're so long, and I'm like, I totally did not understand how to free motion quilt. Like, I just went and did it. But you know what? It still holds up, and it's been like 8 years. Soleil, that's enough. Now, before, in previous streams for free motion quilting, I talk about how I try to avoid faces and eyes, especially. And if you were just watching, I did just quilt through the eyes of the ghost. But this one I did on purpose, and I'll show you why in a moment. That's it. So, I wonder if it's going to show up. Yeah, so if you look at how I quilted through those eyes, it makes it look like the ghost is looking down. So I did that one on purpose. Okay, whenever you're free motion quilting, you always want to make sure that you take breaks. Put them all the way over there. Make sure that you do something between each quilt. Stand up, stretch. It doesn't matter. Just do something else. What I do is I take the pins out of the quilt, because the basting that I do for my quilting is with quilting pins. They are just regular safety pins that are made for quilters, so they're bent, so it's easier to scoop and pick up all the layers. If you look at my YouTube channel and you look at the pinning stream that I did in June of 2017. I actually go through and show you how to pin a quilt if you decide to use this method. And then, so for my stretching, I'm moving my shoulders around, I'm bending my back, and I do this while I take the pins out. And I just make sure that I'm not hunched over. And I try to stretch all my muscles out. And you know what? I'm going to take this moment. I'm going to give a shout out to everyone that, why does it take, oh, there we go. There we go. Everyone that hosts me. So, Craftiness is Key, Iron Bandsgram, Nerds and Crafts. You know what? Let's move this one over here. Lyra Cosplay, Pink Pariah. Thank you guys very much for hosting me. I super, super appreciate it. Okay, so back to taking the pins out. Yes, the kitty cat's getting love on the camera. Why don't you brush her?
I was told to do this. I have to put away groceries.
Oh, okay. Oh, but he told you to come down and pet the cat because the cat's on the stream?
Yes, that's exactly what he did.
All right.
He also dropped the watermelon.
Oh, he did?
Yeah. On the ground.
I'm doing quilting today, so I have things that you can do. I'm doing my quilting stream if you want to come help. No. She's giving me the... Look. No. No helping with my quilting day stream? Are you gonna come be a part of my giveaway stream tomorrow?
Possibly.
Okay. Well, if you want to be a part of my giveaway stream, I'm doing giveaways at 1 o'clock and 2 o'clock.
What
So
time be awake?
in the afternoon, you'll be
I
awake.
fall asleep from 2 to like 4.
Okay, you can go to sleep at 2 then. So then you don't have to be here for the rest of my stream, but if you just want to join me for the giveaway parts of it.
Okay.
That means you have to put clothes on, not just pajamas.
Oh, I'm keeping one more pajama pants.
So yeah, so make sure that you do something different after you quilt something. Depending how big it is. So if you quilt something larger than a lap size quilt, make sure that you take breaks during the quilt. If you're getting frustrated for any reason, too, take breaks. So we have 1 down, 1, 6, 7, 8, 10 to go. Like I said, I'm not getting them all done tonight. Whatever I don't finish tonight, I'll work on tomorrow. And then when I get them done tomorrow, I'll go right into binding because I use the same machine for my binding. And you can see my lovely rolls of binding up there. I love my rolls of binding. I know, every single time I talk about binding now, I know, I just, yeah, I love it so much. Alright, almost done. Now, something that I am not going to do on camera that I will do between now and tomorrow is trim this. So there's 2 ways to trim your quilt after you've quilted it. First way is the lazy way, which is the way that I do it. I actually, all I do is I just trim around. The way that you're supposed to do it is measure. You dropped it on the road? Jordan told me you dropped it, but she didn't say on the road. Alright, go buy another watermelon, honey. So the way you're supposed to do it is measure the top and the top and measure the bottom and make sure that you're cutting it exactly as a nice rectangle. So you don't dropped it on the road. So you don't want to have it off a little bit. Personally, it doesn't bother me. So I can't stop laughing about that stupid watermelon. So for me, I just trim around it and then I get it ready for binding. So this one is done. I'm going to set that one right there. Let's move the girl palette over. I just have the one there, right? Oh, and I've got the Triforce one too. So I actually have 11 more. Drop my watermelon. Man. Go back out and get another one. Alright, so quilt number 2. I am just doing the same exact thing. The same quilt, so same thread, same everything. Now, at this point, I need to start keeping an eye on not only my bobbin thread, but my top thread as well. Because the Pixel Eater, the Pac-Man quilt, is smaller than my other quilts. So it doesn't take up as much thread for quilting as the way that I do it. But it still takes some. Oops. Oh, and I want to give everyone an update. to the streaming my Switch gaming. I got the external capture card, and I thought, you know what, let me go ahead and play around with it and get it set up now, even though I don't have my gaming computer. So I'll just use my regular computer that I stream all my Twitch on. So I played around with it today. Well, apparently the external capture card that I got that you need for streaming is, oops, come on. Apparently is only works on Windows 10. And this computer that I'm streaming off of right now does not have Windows 10. So that just means that I have to wait for my gaming computer, which I shipped to Maryland. So after Gen Con, hopefully before Dragon Con, I can play around with it and you guys can watch me stream some games. It's not closed all the way. Oops. Okay, what did I say before I started quilting this? I said you have to keep an eye on your bobbin thread, and you have to keep an eye on your top thread. Yeah. I didn't keep an eye on my top thread. Let me thread this up. Oops. First, and scissors. Okay. This is the lovely mess that happens whenever you mess up. So, if you run out of your bobbin thread or the top thread, you don't have to do the step. I'm a little obsessed with seams and making sure that everything is done. There's no way that any thread can come out. And I can hear everything you're saying, Mike. There's no way that this thread is coming out if I knot it. So basically, as long as you go over it with your quilting, it'll be fine. But I'm a little obsessive. So I tie it into a knot first, and then I'll go over it with the quilting. My family keeps forgetting that if they're in the kitchen upstairs, that we can still hear every single word they say. Okay, let's try this again. There we go. Now, as I said at the beginning of this quilt, this time I'm going to keep an eye on the bobbin thread. Now the top thread's going to be fine, but I want to keep an eye on that bobbin thread. So when I get to the ghost, do I want to do the same thing and run through his eyes to make it look like he's looking down? You know, I think I'm going to try to go up this time. Have this one looking up. Make them different. Because each handmade quilt should be different. I know the first quilt that I did of this one, that I sold at Con Bravo, I didn't put anything at all in the eyes. Spin that around. Yeah, as you notice as I turn the quilt around, you want to make sure that you're working in an area that is the path of least resistance. So if you need to turn the quilt, do it. Make sure that when you start and stop, notice how I stop. I completely stop what I'm doing. I let the needle stop. And then when I pick back up again and start quilting again, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to let it go a couple times, and then I'm going to go. Okay, so up, up. I didn't do it as deep this time, but that's okay. It'll still give it the effect of looking up. Alright, let's take a look at the bobbin thread. Ooh, it's getting low, but I'm almost done. I only have one more pass to go. I think I can make it. There you go. Made it. Okay, so you take the pins out, and then I will show you the finished quilt. I didn't show you the first one, but it's the same thing as this. The only difference between the two is I quilted through the eyes, so the other one he's looking down, this one he's looking up. So next, I'm going to start doing some thinking. Next I'm going to go Ghostbusters. Ghostbusters. What color thread do I want to do for Ghostbusters? I'm thinking probably black, because I'm not going to quilt the letters. I'm not going to quilt the logo. The batting that I used, you can have a large space without any quilting in it. Yeah, I'm going to go black. And then the Tetris quilt, I'm probably going to go like a gray or silver for Tetris. I know for the t-shirt quilts, I'm doing silver. Green. You know what, Doug? You think green for the Ghostbusters quilt? You know what? No. I'm going to go... You know what? That actually is not a bad idea. No, for this one I'll use black because it's a commission. I didn't ask them ahead of time what I want to do. You know what? Next time I make this quilt, I'll probably make one for as a lap size to bring to conventions. Whenever my Iron Man quilt sells, I'll make another Ghostbusters, because I like to have one glow-in-the-dark available at conventions. So when Iron Man goes, I will I'll do Ghostbusters, and then I'll use green. That's a really good idea. I like that. He slimed me. Yeah. I keep looking at the quilt, just getting an idea of it. It feels so funny. Yeah. I love those movies. Okay, so I don't need anything for that one. The silver is in this one. I'm just looking at all my different... I'm thinking for the t-shirt, occasionally I have good... Yeah, no. Not occasionally. You have good ideas a lot. You know what? No. I'm going to wait on the Ghostbusters because I like that idea. I'm going to email the person right now so I don't forget. And I'm going to say, I'm going to quilt your Ghostbusters quilt on tomorrow's stream. What color would you like the quilting? Black or green? Quilting your Ghostbusters quilt on tomorrow's Twitch stream. Would you like black or green thread? If I don't hear from you by 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I will just use black. I'll say, but I think green's going to be cool. Fantastic. Okay, send. Fantastic. No, yeah, you have really good ideas, Doug. Okay, so I'm going to skip the Ghostbusters quilt. You know what? I think I may just do the t-shirt quilt. No, I'm going to do Tetris quilt next. I'll put silver in for the Tetris quilt, and then after the Tetris quilt, I may do the Girl Power. Yeah. So, Doug, what color thread would you quilt that? You love being stuck at work because it means you can watch me on Twitch. So would you go gold or would you go black? I'm leaning towards black. Oh, this morning was pinning day. So I've already pinned everything. So because this morning was pinning day, this evening is quilting day.
Hi guys, my four-legged gang.
Yes, they are following you everywhere you go because they think you're going to give them food.
I already did a lot of it.
Hi, Alfred. Hi, Marley. All right, hold on, guys. I can't have you. Okay, ready? Say hi. I know I love you. Oh, thank you. You don't have to French me. I know. I love you very much. Gold for the Triforce? Okay, I'll do that. Good boy, Marley. You are. I know I love you. This is the nice thing is I don't have to clean myself off of the hair because nothing's going to get trapped within the quilts now because it's already been pinned. I just have to clean it off before I bind it. Oh, I don't have metallics. Metallics are weird threads that you have to... I did get a couple metallics and they kept breaking and I couldn't figure out how to use them. So I don't have any metallic. But yes, that would have been a really cool idea to do a metallic. So maybe one day. Did you notice the my most recent follower? Don't you like that name? Man Eating Pikachu. Isn't that great? Guys. Marley, leave him be. He's under the covers. That means he doesn't want to play anymore. Oops, didn't do a single pin here. Okay, so let me show you what this looks like. All nice and quilted. Now I have not trimmed it. I will trim it sometime tonight before I bind it tomorrow. So. Goes. Yeah, let me do it back here because of the light. There's there. There we go. Fantastic. Alright, so I said I was going to do Tetris. I don't know, that's it. He just followed like 4 hours ago. So I want him to like pop in the stream so I can ask him. Yeah, is it man eating Pikachu or is it man eating Pikachu? Like, is he eating the Pikachu or is the Pikachu a man eating Pikachu? Like, and he's got the underscores in there, so it's like there should be punctuation of some kind. I know, I need punctuation. I need to know this. Alright, so I'm doing... You know, I'm going to stick this over here and use it in the... There. For this, we are going to go silver. Let's put the light blue away. And we're going to go silver. The silver that I'm using is a 9120. No. I don't want to use 9120 for this. That's more like a... Do I have any more 9090s? Or am I out? I like 9090. That's my favorite silver. But it looks like I'm out. So... Oh yeah, the whole Let's Eat Grandma. So I'm going to go over to my masterpiece. Use my masterpiece. I mean, if you really want to eat your grandmother, don't worry about punctuation. And I am going to change my needle for this one. Now, when I get to quilt, I don't have the needles that I want, my chrome, my Schmetz chrome in stock. Oops, why is this not? Come on. So, there we go. If I start to quilt my t-shirts, if I'm having some issues, then I will, I'll probably call it, bind what I have, and then wait for the t-shirt quilts until I get back from the Maryland trip. So after this Tetris, I'll try to do a t-shirt quilt and see if I can do it with these needles. T-shirt quilts are very, very finicky. Alright, so I'm using the number 156 for Masterpiece, which is a superior thread. Filling your bobbin? Yes. Filling my bobbin nicely, thank you. Hey Doug, do you know what tomorrow's stream is? Okay, I'm having issues. Things that sound dirty but aren't. Filling my bobbin. No, it's not game day. It's giveaway day. Oh, I put it on here. I'm like, where did my thing go? Giveaway day is fun. Do you know the 2 different types of giveaways I'm doing tomorrow? And this is why I like this nice extended table. So, I have 2 giveaways tomorrow. Giveaway number 1. You can win the brand new God of Mischief pattern that was just released on Monday. How you do that is you go to the Facebook post that says we're doing a giveaway and you comment with your favorite notion. So comment with the favorite notion, you can win the pattern. And I will be doing that at 1 o'clock, both on Twitch and on Facebook Live. So I'll be doing that at 1 o'clock, so that's how I'm starting out my Twitch stream tomorrow. And then between 1 and 2 o'clock, I'm doing another giveaway. This time for a pattern of your choice. So if you comment between 1 o'clock and 2 o'clock on my stream, you can have a chance to win. And if you're a subscriber, like Doug is, you get 5 extra entries. So come into the stream between 1 o'clock and 2 o'clock Eastern Standard Time tomorrow. Say something in chat, and you can have a chance to win. Easy as that. Nice and easy. And free. Free's fun. And you know what, Doug? I said that I would do a giveaway every 100 followers. I'm already at 110. So I'm only 90 away from another giveaway. I don't know if I'm going to do another pattern or fabric. No, I'm not making the pattern for you. You don't get a quilt, you get a pattern. Yeah, you get to see how lovely it is to fight and wrestle with a larger quilt. Oops. So this is a twin size. So the Tetris quilt that I made is a twin size quilt. So it does fit it's actually an extra long twin size. So it goes over the top and the bottom. So if you're a tall person, it would fit you. It would probably fit Doug. Although I know Doug likes to sleep with a minimum probably of a double size. No, I'm not going to hit a pin. You want me to hit a pin, don't you? Remember the last time I hit one of these safety pins, I had to take it to the shop because I broke my machine. You see, I found my, my favorite quilting foot. Famous last words. I like that if looks could kill. Thank you for the compliment. Now remember, this basting stitch is only for my own benefit. It's only because I have the horrible habit of sewing the back of my quilt folded over into my design, and I don't realize it until I'm almost finished, and I gotta undo everything. So, be careful, Doug. Be very, very careful. I think I know who you saw, so be very careful. Okay. There we go. Okay, how am I bobbing? I'm good with bobbing. I'm good there. Okay, I'm actually going to... No, I don't want to sew my quilt to myself. Or to other things. I need to pay attention. I'm actually going to wind another bobbin. And before I forget, I actually just remembered I forgot to check my Gen Con numbers to see if I have any open spots at... oh no, my fingers don't get close. You'd be surprised. So, find events, by host, Craft Hackers. So for those that don't know, Craft Hackers is a company that I co-own with Nicole. We promote handmade, it's a really cool blog. It's a parent company that we both basically work under. Okay, so I am down to 2 spots on my Sunday 10 a.m. Catan quilt class. And 1 spot on my Friday 10 a.m. paper piecing class. So if you were thinking about either one of those, you better get on it. So that's why I wanted to check that, just to make sure. My fingers don't get close. It's fine. I know where my fingers are in relation to the needle at all times. All right. So, at this point, this quilt is so big, I can't see chat. So every now and then, I'm going to kind of look over and see if there's anything in there. So if I miss anything, let me know. So, shoulders back, sitting straight up. It's funny, speaking of fingers getting close, whenever I teach kids sewing classes at the Family Center, sometimes they'll get stuck on stuff. So I'll put my hands in their sewing machine and I'll move fabric or I'll move the needle or I'll do other things. It freaks them out and they immediately stop sewing. So I have to tell them normally at the beginning of class that, okay, as we're going along, my hands may go into your sewing area. It's perfectly okay. You're not going to sew over my fingers. I know the boundaries of the sewing machine and where I can and can't put my fingers. Because I have sewn over my fingers. Now, I was talking the other day about the throats of the sewing machine and about how hard it is to sew larger quilts, or quilt larger quilts, on inexpensive machines that have a small throat. And that's one of the main reasons that you get a machine with a larger throat. This quilt is going to be a good example why. So when I reach about the middle of this quilt, all of a sudden I'm going to have all this fabric that's going to get bunched to my right inside that throat. Now, it is important to stop and rearrange your fabric sometimes. Just to make sure, again, path of least resistance. Now at this point, path of least resistance is going to be to turn it. So I'm going to turn the quilt. Hey, I can see Chad again. Because I don't have that big old clump over there. This is also why if you have larger quilts, you want to have an extended table that can actually carry it. Because the moment that this starts to pull, so you see I've got a little area right down there where the table doesn't go. If the quilt starts to go off this way and go down into that hole, I've got to grab it and pull it back and move it over. Because if the quilt is pulling on you and pulling on the sewing machine, it is very, very hard to quilt it and to actually do stuff with it. So make sure it's nice and smooth at all times. Now, what I'm going to do at this point is I'm going to go in a little more than halfway to the center and then come back out again. Because I don't want to... The least amount of fabric that I have in that throat, the better. Now I'm going to start working my way back. That's a little over halfway. Now, it's starting to pull. When I move it this way, it's getting a little bit of interference. That tells me that I need to fix this stuff down here so there's not as much interference. Now already I can start to feel it in my arms because I'm forcing this fabric to move where, or this quilt to move where I want it to move, and it's a little heavy. This is the biggest, heaviest one I'm going to be quilting this time. I'm sorry?
I'm taking the truck.
Why?
I'm taking the truck.
I was going to drive the truck.
I haven't driven the truck in a long time.
Alright, Alfred and I will be there in a bit. We just got our truck back today. So, oh. I ran out of bobbin thread. Damn it, I hate that. Stupid bobbin thread. Now, at least I ran out at a semi-convenient spot. Stupid bobbin thread. So anyways, as I was saying, if you were not watching whenever I was talking about the truck, my husband was driving the truck, and someone rear-ended him so hard, they bent the entire frame of the truck, and they actually had to replace the back end of the frame. It was pretty bad. So it's been almost 3 weeks. So it was finally ready today, so I got to go pick it up. I missed my truck. Obviously, so did he. Yeah. Are you upsing about my bobbin thread? You making fun of me, Doug? Yeah. No, but I have my truck back, so I'm happy. I like that. Pause. No. I can hear you doing that too, the little... No. Alright, let's start this up again. Watch the bobbin thread. Stop letting it run out. Don't do that to yourself. Come on, Tony. You know better. Okay, now where did I run out of... Oh, it's right there. Okay, it's right above where I am now. Alright, so go down, up, around. Just have to make sure I lock that in there. Even though I tied in a knot, it's not good enough. You gotta lock it in. Now, you don't have to tie it into a knot. As long as you lock it in, it's fine. Hello, Soleil. Someone is coming down looking for food. Now, I did take a picture of this one as I was pinning it because I promised you guys a good picture of it on Monday, and I will give you a good picture on Monday, I promise. Because it's so big, it's really hard to see on the stream what the finished quilt looks like. Now you notice how I'm making sure that the spot that I'm quilting, that I'm working on, is always flat. noticed, I automatically started sewing at an angle. So I'm no longer doing this straight on like I was, because now the path of least resistance is sideways. So I automatically started moving towards that direction because I could feel that that's the way it was going. That was the path of least resistance. Okay, so it's almost time to check my bobbin thread again. I should say for the first time, because I never checked it before. Okay, I'm good. Yeah, I can start to feel it in my shoulders. I was feeling it in my arms before, but now I'm starting to feel it in my shoulders. I'm gonna take a break. So I can start, it's starting to get super stiff and super hard, so I gotta take a break. So, I'm actually going to stand during this break. And I'm actually going to still take pins out, but I'm going to take pins out from the areas that I've already quilted. Hi, Alfred. What are you doing over there, mister? You good boy? You are, aren't you? Cat's still sleeping. You know, that cat is great for a cat cam. Oh, hi, Nerd and Needle. How are you? I saw you were streaming, and by the time I was going to pop into your channel, you weren't streaming anymore. Yeah. Oh, animals. How we love you, but how you annoy us. Oh, seriously, it's like, so my cat, her favorite thing right now is to go up to my husband's ball bag and just like go do the patty caking on it, and it's so annoying. Oh, today's quilting day. So I am just free motion quilting. I'm working on the Tetris quilt right now. I already did the 2 Pac-Man quilts. Oh yeah, because you have to do all that embroidery work, and you've got to do all the stuff that you're working on for Dragon Con, and I'm sure that's stuff that you don't want to stream. Oh, did you get your booth placement yet? I have no clue where we are going to be. All I know is I'm with Fanboy Glass, but he hasn't told me what our booth number is yet. Yeah, see, just like quilting day is boring to some people. There's a lot of things I do I know that's boring that I try not to stream a lot of. Okay, next time when you remember it, pop in my stream and put it in there, because I want to make sure that I can tell people if they're going to Dragon Con where they can find you. So Nerd and Needle is another sewer in our stream team. She's fantastic. Her stuff is amazing. So if you haven't followed her, go follow her. Oh, I know where Little Petal is. Okay, so I have to go and talk to them anyways. So I've got to, so that'll be easy to find you. Like I said, I have no clue where we are. I've got to ask, I asked Mike, but he hasn't gotten back to me yet. Oh, stretching my back as I'm taking pins out. All right, come here, Alfred. You want to go in the stream for a few moments before I start quilting again? All right, come here. You're very cute. All right, come here. No, Soleil, I'm not giving things out. They're all three all of a sudden here. I'm not giving things out. Oh, there we go. You go say hi. I know, give me kisses. Thank you. You're my good boy. You are. Go say hi. Here, let's stand. I know I love you very much. See, he doesn't sit still like the kitty cat. So I can't do a doggy stream. I know I love you. Alright, come here, guys. One at a time. Soleil. Alright, come here, Soleil. Up. Okay, there's my Soleil. You can say hi. She's like, whatever. I just want treats. Alright, and then... Come here. Oh, Marley. Oh, my gosh. Oh, he's such a lump. Oh. And then there's Marley. Look. He doesn't have the she's going to kill me in my sleep look anymore. I know. You're getting better, aren't you, baby? Alright. You guys want treats. I know. Oh, it's the only reason why you come down anymore. Seriously, like, they hear me talk to myself. Okay, I really need to change these mod settings, because that's nothing wrong with that. I don't even know if that's going to show up. There you go. And there you go. And there you go. Okay, so she said, and the cat is like, WTF, guys. So it's, yeah, I already decided I gotta change all my settings because it's just way, way, way too strict on it. Yeah, so like they hear me talking to myself and they're like, oh, she's streaming. That means we get treats. We have to go bother her. Let's run downstairs. Oh, so before I go any farther, I should probably talk about that. So on yesterday, I popped into Imperial Girls stream, and I was chatting with a few people about my iron, about the Aliso, about how much I love it, and things like that. And someone said, oh my gosh, I can't use an iron because I burn myself all the time. And I said, oh, I've never burned myself on the Aliso. It's almost impossible because of the way it sits. You can't burn yourself. Yeah. And oh, there's a nice. It's all bubbly and, yep. Guess what I got? What I did an hour later. So it is possible to burn yourself on the Aliso. I know. I jinxed myself, and I shouldn't have done that. It just, yeah. So, and for those of you that are watching on YouTube, so if you don't Twitch, you really, really need to Twitch because people like Nerd and Needle, you've got to go watch her stuff. It's really cool. And then we're going to try to do something at DragonCon, some kind of stream. You're not going to Gen Con, right? One of these years, even if you don't get a place to sell, you really should just go to Gen Con. It is amazing. Like, it's, you can teach, even if you can't get in as an artist or vendor, you can just like teach classes and make money. And it's so amazing. It's awesome. I love it so much. And they have a whole cosplay track this year of like tons of like classes just on cosplay. Like they have a couple of classes on how to use Warbler. And then Jordan is taking a special effects makeup class Friday night. How cool is that? Yeah. So, seriously, like, if you can fit it into your con schedule next year, you seriously need to consider it. It is amazing. Now, the only thing is you really gotta worry about where you're staying, and if you're staying with anyone else, in, like, January. Because everything in Indianapolis sells out by, like, February. My cousin, who lives in Pittsburgh, had the opportunity to help a friend of his. So his friend was going to give him a badge, let him go, do everything else, but he didn't have a place for him to stay. So he messages me like 2 weeks ago and says, hey, do you or anyone you know have an extra place to stay? Like, I'll take floor space. And I'm like, I can ask around. Yeah, no one had even, like, all floor space is taken in. Oops, that is an open pin. Let's close that. There we go. Yeah, no, it's awesome, and I love it, but yeah, it is super, super busy. But it is the only convention that I have ever been to that the entire city knows what's going on. Like, this is the first year ever where they are completely sold out of tickets. Like, 1 day, 4 day, they're sold out of everything. So I think there's like 125,000 unique people going. Man, I cannot wait to get finished with this quilt. My arms are going to be sore tomorrow. So, tomorrow's stream. Nerdy Needle, are you streaming tomorrow? God. I did it again, Doug. Oh my gosh, you'd think I would learn! What time are you streaming? Because I'm having 2 giveaways tomorrow. The first one, you just have to make a comment on my Facebook post about the new, the launch of the new pattern. So the post is on Tuesday. So comment with your, I know, right? Comment with your favorite notion. And you don't have to be present to win for that one. So that drawing is going to be at 1 o'clock Eastern Standard Time tomorrow. Then I'm doing a drawing for a pattern of your choice at 2 o'clock Eastern Standard Time through Twitch. So, yeah, thanks, Doug. Thanks. So if you pop over, like even open like a second Twitch thing, comment in my Twitch between 1 o'clock and 2 o'clock. And you even while you're streaming. So if you comment on in my chat between 1 o'clock and 2 o'clock Eastern Standard Time tomorrow, then you get your chance to win a pattern of your choice. Any pattern you want. Because you already follow me, so... Silly bobbin. Seriously. This is why... one of my subscription emotes is going to be for that freaking bobbin. Are you, Felix? What's his name? Oh my gosh. Fantastic. You can fix it. Oh, bobbin alarm. Yes, I totally need a bobbin alarm. So there is a thing on the more expensive sewing machines. They actually have an alert that tells you when your bobbin thread's getting low. I have it on my embroidery machine, but not on this one. So yes, there is one, but I don't have it because my machine isn't expensive enough. So yeah, so 2 giveaways tomorrow. Yay, giveaways. I like giving things away. I cannot wait until I get closer to the Houston Fall Market so I can give lots of things away. Yeah, at least I'm almost done with this one. And then I will move on to the t-shirt quilts. And I will show you how. I'll just yell bob it. You know what? That's actually not a bad idea. You know, I keep thinking about asking you to mod for me, Doug. And then you can do things like scream at me, check your bobbin. I am almost to the point where I do need to find some mods. Some moderators for my chat. No. I'm not gonna have a Doug cam. I could. It's you do it through Skype. So you could Skype me, and then I could use the Skype stream as one of the cameras. So it is possible. That's what I was thinking about, chatting with other members of our stream team and seeing if anyone wanted to dual stream. But then I was like, but how am I going to hear them? And you don't want it to echo. So I'm still trying to figure out logistics. Now, I can't do audio, but you can do video. You could pantomime. Alright, no, I'm not going to have a Doug stream. No Doug stream. Oh, that's funny. So again, it's important that you take breaks between your quilting. This is my break. It's like you know me. Who did I talk to? Oh, so I was talking to Nicole. I was like, you know what? Part of me was expecting this entire Twitch thing to just like fall flat on its face and fail. Because I don't think I'm very entertaining. I think that I'm actually a super serious person. Wait till New York and be the Doug show. And I'm like, and I think I'm a serious person. And so Nicole looks at me and she goes, Tony, you've done drama. You are a teacher. You're only serious when it comes to business. Is Twitch business? I'm like, not really. She goes, yeah, you're fine. I'm like, okay. So, what is the New York Doug show going to be about? You're not going to streak, are you? I mean, because I do not want to see a 6'5" man that's towering over everyone streaking, because then because then certain things may be at like my height level, and that's, yeah, no. I love you guys. That's awesome. Don't look, Ethel. Oh no. Oh, I would be afraid of the front moon. See, this is why I like people in my chat. Those days when no one talks. This just makes it go a lot faster for me. Because I looked, I'm like, oh hey, I've been streaming for 1 hour and 40 minutes already. Alright, I think I've got all the pins. Alright, I will show you this in sections. So I took a picture today as I laid it out, so I can show you a picture on Monday, I promise. Okay, so Tetris quilt. Oh, no. There we go. There you go. There's there. And then, of course, you got that. And then a whole big bunch of black here. Ugh. Alright, let's toss that baby back there. Next. Don't even, Doug. Don't play with me. All right, goodbye. Go home. Enjoy yourself. All right, so I've got silver thread in there. Let's continue with the silver thread and do silver. So what I'm going to do for the quilting for these is I have 2 quilts that have tan. So I'm going to use a tan thread for that. Then I have 4 that have a gray. So I'm going to use the gray thread for that one. See, Doug just likes to tell me that because one time he was joking with me that I had pixels upside down. I really did. So I had to fix the whole thing. Yeah. All right, I need another roll of 156 for my bobbin thread. But that was the stream that I got to teach how you take apart a quilt top and fix it. Because one of my pieces was upside down. Ow. So tomorrow morning, I have a foot reflexology appointment. I'm super excited. I love getting foot reflexology. So ever since I started doing that, my feet don't hurt at conventions, ever. It's amazing. So after my appointment, I will, I'll pop into your stream, Nerd Needle. I'll pop in and hang out for a while. Ooh. Oh, the glitter. Ooh. Heat transfer glitter vinyls. That's awesome. So yeah, so no, I definitely want to pop in and hang out for a bit tomorrow with you, if I can. Now, of course, I would do that, and then I gotta duck out right before my stream, but... Oh, okay. Oops, that one's not closed. Oh my gosh, I missed a bunch of them. That one's not closed. There we are. Okay. T-shirt quilts. T-shirt quilts. T-shirt quilts. Where did my gloves go? Oh, they're over here. Hello. Okay, t-shirt quilts. So, I have said a couple of times that I do not use, oh, I just tossed it there, didn't I? I do not use, oh, come on, what are you doing to me? There we go. Oh, yeah, the glitter transfer. I'm like, see, now I want to do it. Now I'm like, glitter? Glitter! Glitter. I don't use any stabilizer in my t-shirt quilts. So, it's all, this, what the stabilizer does is as you're quilting, it allows the t-shirt to not move. Because t-shirts are very stretchy. If you're wearing a t-shirt, if you pick your t-shirt up, and you can feel how stretchy it is in all ways. So with fabric, it only stretches in certain ways. T-shirts will stretch in all ways. So it doesn't like to sit still. It likes to move around at all times. So it's very, very, very hard to quilt. And I've had people ask me, well, how do you do it? And I tell them magic. So I'm going to show you how I do. Nope, no stabilizers at all. Absolutely zero stabilizer in here. This is soft, just like any other quilt. So nothing at all. And I'm going to show you how I do it. So first step, we are going to baste just like I do everything else. So again, I baste all of my edges all the way around because I have a horrible habit. Yeah. So I have an absolutely horrible habit of taking the backing and having it fold over and sewing it in the middle of my quilt. I don't know why. I did it the other day. So I baste around the edges so that doesn't happen. So yeah, most people do use stabilizer in their t-shirt quilts. I don't like using it because it's not soft and cuddly unless you use the stabilizer that that washes away, and that stuff's expensive. So first thing I do, I encourage the person, when I can, to let me sash it. So the sashing is the fabric that goes all the way around. That's what this gray is sashing. And what that does is it gives it a base for me to sew the t-shirt to. And I'll show you why that's important when I get to the quilting. I think I'm going to drink of water before I actually start quilting. Yeah, so if you don't, so to prevent sewing the back to it, I base the whole around. See, things that bad habits and mistakes that we do and ways we learn to compensate for them. Now, with this quilt, before I get into doing it, I think there's only the one. Let me double check. Yes, okay, so I have 2 issues with this quilt before I actually start quilting. Issue number 1 is this shirt right here. So you notice it's a polo, so it has buttons and it has this area. I have glued this shut, so this is not going to open. So I am not going to quilt anywhere near this area. The batting that I chose, I can actually go up to 8 inches without any quilting in there, and it won't stretch and change, and it'll be fine. Now, just to play it on the safe side, I'm not going to go anywhere larger than 4 inches. Well, this here is only about 1.5 inches, so I don't have to worry about that. The other issue... Oh, no, I have a second one. Look, I've got another polo right there. The other issue is this last block right here. Now, this looks like a plain black one. This is a workout shirt. It is a nylon rayon mixture workout shirt. That is going to be horrible because that is going to stretch worse than a t-shirt. So this is something I'm going to have to be extra careful whenever I'm quilting. So those are the couple of the issues that I have to keep an eye out for whenever I do it. I like how you said, ooh. Yeah, you understand trying to sew with that kind of fabric. All right. Oh, I want to drink first. That's right. Okay, so I'm going to be using the fabric, not the t-shirts, the regular fabric, as my base of operations. And anytime I feel, so as I'm quilting, if I start to feel the thread seize up, if I start to feel it kind of pull a little bit, like it's maybe thinking about breaking, if I feel like it's going to start bunching up at all, I'm immediately going to move to the closest bit of fabric I can. So that is going to be my base. The other thing I'm going to do, whenever I get to the t-shirt part, you'll notice I'm going to move slower. This is the only time, if you look very carefully at any of the t-shirt quilts I do, the t-shirt area is going to have a smaller stitch length than the fabric area. And that's because because there is no stabilizer, when I'm in that t-shirt area, I need to go be very careful. I need to go very slow, because if I move at any kind of regular pace, it's going to stretch that fabric. And we don't want that to happen. The other thing that's going to happen, that there is no way that you can prevent this, you're going to get puckers. You're going to get areas where as you're working over here, and then you move over here, and you're working over here, all of a sudden this fabric's going to go, oh, I'm going to pucker up a little bit. Okay, it's fine. And I actually warn people whenever I do t-shirt quilts for them that you're going to get some puckers. There's no way around that unless you use some kind of stabilizer. Or if you use the Ethereal Magic stuff that I discovered. It is, and a lot, and I said, the only thing is it's going to be soft and cuddly like your t-shirts. And 99% of the time, people say, oh, yeah, I don't mind puckers at all. And 3-foot rule, if you don't point it out, they're probably never going to notice it. So, not a problem. Okay, so let's get some quilting done. So I'm going to start here and kind of move around here. Now I want to stay as off of the fabric as much as I can. Because remember, I only want to go into the fabric if I need to. Here, I'm starting to feel a little pucker, so I'm going to move into the fabric. And let it all even out, and then go back again. Now, the way that I'm going to quilt this is I'm going to, yeah, exactly, 3-foot roll. So I'm actually going to try to avoid quilting in this area right here for this fabric, because as I come down the next pass, I want to go half here, into here. So this is as far down as I'm going to go. Now you notice with this Batman one, I want to try to quilt it away so that the Batman symbol pops out, so it makes it more 3D. Now you notice how slow I am going. This is the trick. Do not move at a fast pace at all. There we are. Now I can speed up a little bit when I'm into the fabric. Because the moment that you start to speed up on the t-shirt, you're going to stretch something and you're going to move something. Now, something that I do, if I feel that there may be a pucker coming on, I move off. I move away from that area. Okay, and hey Doug, oh, I guess you're home again. I have moved on to t-shirt quilts. I actually really like making t-shirt quilts. About every other convention, I will get someone that will just walk up to me and hand me a bin full of t-shirts. And I'll look at them and I'll say, am I doing something for you? And they'll say, oh yeah, I'll send you an email. Now, I treat the t-shirt quilts like I treat my regular quilts. Meaning, I try not to quilt over words, and I try not to quilt over faces. Oh, okay. Now the biggest problem with t-shirt quilts, because they're so slow, A, it takes up a lot of thread, so I really have to be on that bobbin. And B, it's really a workout for your shoulders and your arms. Because you feel almost very tense the entire time. Okay, let's check our bobbin. Nope, still good. Now I will be checking the bobbin often for this because it really eats through the bobbin. And you may notice that sometimes I'll dip into a shirt and I'll quilt for just a few moments and then dip right back out again. I do that for two reasons. The first is just for design aesthetic, and the second is just to test it. Because each one, yeah, bobbin, I already checked it. So each one of these t-shirts and shirts are completely different than the others. Each has a different makeup, it has a different fabric, it has everything. So I do not know how this needle and how this thread is going to react with that t-shirt. So by dipping in a little bit and then coming back out, I get a feeling for that t-shirt before I move on to the next one. You know, this is the first t-shirt quilt that I have done on the stream. And I don't know if you can hear that popping. That's the needle reacting with the shirt and the different layers because it's stretching. It's not quite sure how to take it. There we go. So you can hear the difference in the machine and the needle on the fabric as you can on the shirts. Now remember, this is the one that it's the polo. So it has that area that I am completely avoiding. Okay. Nope, still good on the bobbin. Okay, now that's our pass down. Now we're going to come back. So I'm going to go a little bit here, and in the middle. So I'm going to try to go halfway here, a little bit here, and then this middle here. And this fabric here is going to be my anchor that's going to allow me to go back and forth. Okay, weird question. Yes. Oh, yeah. No, in fact, I feel really bad because the lady that's commissioned these t-shirt quilts has watched every stream I've done. I didn't realize I was going to quilt these today, so I didn't let her know, or else she would be on right now. But I'll let her know I'm going to be doing it tomorrow, so she'll probably pop into the stream tomorrow. No, it's every single time I do a commission, so the Ghostbusters, the weighted blanket, all the other stuff, the people that commission them were watching, and they told me they were watching. So it's, yeah, they love watching me do it. In fact, that's why I initially started twitching, was so people could watch me make their stuff. Because I've been for years, people have been asking either for pictures or for something, because they just want to see how their stuff is being made, right? Alright, this shirt's gonna, I haven't had any puckers yet, but I think this shirt's gonna be difficult. It's a super, super thick polo. Oh, you go up there. I don't need you there. I just gotta make sure I don't go near those buttons. Yeah, you were telling me the one of the streams I was watching of yours was a commission for someone in the chat that was watching. It actually doesn't bother me at all if I know they're watching. I like to look at it, I look back on it, and I like to look at it as drama or teaching, or any time that I get up and I speak in front of people. That's the way that I look at it. I actually really, really like whenever they watch me make their stuff. Because sometimes, now I know people appreciate what I do, but sometimes with handmade, I feel if they know everything that goes into it, all of the love and effort that goes into making it, it's even better. So like this one, this commission is for a lady whose partner passed away. And she went through all of his t-shirts, and basically we split them up into 7 different quilts for the 7 important people in his life. And she is giving them as gifts to his family members. So, it's for Christmas. So when she gives them as gifts, she'll give them links to my YouTube account so they can go back and watch their quilts getting made. And to me, that's cool. See, and that's the other thing, Doug, is I talk about my animals all the time, and you've seen me. Whenever I'm piecing, or if I'm binding, I make sure that I not only use the roller to remove all hair, dirt, and dander, but I point it out. And I talk about how important it is, if you're making something for someone, that there is no hair, dirt, or dander on it, because you never know. Okay, just checking my bobbin, making sure. man, this is super stretchy shirt. And for these quilts, we actually, some of these, they don't have any, they don't have any writing on them that you can notice. So, like for example, this one, this is just a blue block. But this is actually the backing. So he worked at a couple of different places. Okay? Whoops, there we go. And these were his work shirts. So every single one of these quilts he has black work shirts and he had blue work shirts and they were polos. So every single quilt has got one of the work shirts. It has one of them as a front and one of them as a back. So if it has the black front, it has a blue back. And then that way more people get more of a part of him. And so this quilt is the first time that I said, yes, I will quilt polos and I will figure out how to close that button area. I've never done it before. Because whenever she brought me the shirts and I looked at them all, I knew how important it was to make sure that these were included. So I found a way. And it challenged me. So now I can do it for other people because I know how it's... God bless America. What happened, Doug? I was almost there. Would help if I took the old bobbin out before I put the new one in. Ugh. I've got to stop and stretch in a moment. Yeah, you're a little late there, Doug. A little late. Oh, so my emotes, my subscription emotes are going to be a happy sewing machine, a mocking bob, an angry, I don't know if I'm going to do a mocking bobbin or an angry bobbin. But then it's going to be a mocking needle or an angry needle. One of the two. I think mocking bobbin and angry needle. Because my needles break. Oh. Have you gotten Nerdy Needle? Do you have any emotes for your subscribers yet? Alright, my paranoia is done. Nice. Oh. Oh. Your smiley avatar. Nice. So for the $5 level, right? For the basic? Nice. Okay, so now at this point, I'm going to move down halfway and then move back again. So I'm going to be working in and out of that fabric space. So this part of the t-shirt quilt is actually really hard for some people because you're going pretty slowly. It's a lot of patience. Oh, that Everlast one that I'm doing right here is a beauty. So I actually, because this was so thin and it had holes in it, I doubled it up. So we only took the front, not the back. So I actually took the back and I glued it. I actually used applique paper and actually glued it together. So this is doubled, and it's almost like it's stabilizer, but it's still soft. Yeah, I can go a little faster on this one. This is nice. Now, this is the only case so far that I am sewing through the word because it's so faded and my thread is the same exact color as the shirt. Alright, and then I go back again. Have a fun walk. I hope he's able to smell all the things. After I finish this one, before I go back down for another pass, I'm going to take a break and take some pins out. Because I can not only feel it in my shoulders and in my arms, but I'm starting to feel it in my back as well. So that tells me I'm using my shoulder and my back muscles a lot to move this around. So before tomorrow's quilting stream, I'll probably take some Advil. Okay, let me shift all this over. There we go. Bobbin is still good. Oh, okay. I'm going to take a stretching break. So whenever you start to feel yourself tighten up, if you start to feel yourself get sore, make sure you take that break. Oh, okay. Let's take some pins out. When it gets to the point where my back is starting to get sore, that's when I really like to stand up when I'm working on stuff. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more t-shirt quilts. So tomorrow, I'm probably not going to do the girl power quilt this time. Tomorrow, I will work on the other 3 t-shirt quilts and then the Ghostbusters quilt. So the other 3 silver t-shirt quilts. I'll probably wait for the tan ones until later. All depends. Should have asked for a green. I didn't even think about that. From the new Gutermans. Because they said, oh, what colors do you want? I said, oh, a good purple, blue, and a multicolor. And that's what they sent me. But they're super dark. I should have specified more pastel-y type stuff. Well, that blue, though, is beautiful for the TARDIS. So as soon as I sell my, my lap or my double-sized TARDIS, I know that blue will be great for the TARDIS. Yeah, TARDIS. You know, if I was doing a commission for a king-size TARDIS now, I'd be working on that. I'm teasing. Okay, that was a good stretching break. Okay, back to t-shirt quilt. So I've done the top, I've gone down and back. I'm gonna go down and back one more time because remember, I go the bottom half and I use this fabric as a neutral ground for as I'm moving. And if a Friday wins, yeah. And then I'll move back through here, and then I'll go down and then up. So. So slow and careful, because you I try to avoid puckers. It's almost impossible to quilt it straight without stabilizer. So if you want to have a straight line pattern in your t-shirt quilt, you probably need to use stabilizer. But a general meandering like I do, this method is fine. And if it looks like you're going to get a pucker, move away. And come at that area from a different angle. Now for this t-shirt, it has some really great lettering on it. So I'm not going to quilt through the lettering. I'm just going to go around it. I know, Alfred. I love you too, baby. I can't pick you up right now. So I'm just going to go near it and not through it. That'll actually get to pop out a little bit more like I did with the Batman symbol for the first one. Yeah, and like I said, with these t-shirts, some of them are the fronts, some of them are the backs, because they wanted to make sure they had enough t-shirts to share with all of his loved ones, all the important people. So, this one, if the backs had a label that actually talked about the shirt, of what it was, or anything about it, I made sure to include label side up. So that's what this one is with the Dallas Cowboys. Pretty cool. Like the back of the Batman shirt's got the same thing. It's got like the Batman logo on it. Alright, Doug, where's my bobbin screaming to remind me? I'm so good. Alright, path of least resistance. Let's turn this baby. You know, I honestly don't know if this would work on a long arm machine, because I've never used a long arm. You're a little late, Doug. Now, obviously, because sewing over top of those t-shirts takes a bit more time because you're going slower. Quilting t-shirt quilts takes longer than quilting regular quilts for me. Okay, what I'm doing right here, as I was quilting, I just noticed there's a very tiny hole in the t-shirt that I didn't catch whenever I was cutting them. So what I've done is I've gone through there and I'm sewing a circle a couple of times to really get that in there and to make sure that I seal off the area around that hole so it doesn't get any bigger. So I've sealed it off. Okay. Now, when I was talking about the t-shirts that were in this quilt ahead of time and the problem areas, this one right here was one of the problem ones. So this is a workout shirt. Rayon workout shirt. This is going to be horrible. It's going to stretch everywhere. So, I'm just going to do my same old thing. I'm going to take my time. I'm going to go slowly and see what happens. No, it's fine. Surprisingly, it's not that bad. I thought it'd be worse. As long as I move very slowly, it's fine. Oh, thanks, Doug. And it's getting close. I'm thinking after I go down here, then I have to change it. Thanks for the warning. Okay, let's check it again. Ooh, I'm getting close. Okay. So I'm just going to go straight down. I am not going to take any chances. Thanks, Doug. You know what? I could have gone a little bit longer. I still have a little bit more on there, but that's okay. Oops. Oh, sorry. Alfred. Oh, I threw it at Alfred and I scared him. Come here, baby boy. Come here. I'll cuddle you for a moment. Because I threw a bobbin at you and I scared you. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. So sorry. Alright, come here. Let's cuddle. Let's cuddle. Let's cuddle for a minute. Hi. Hi, Marley. Are you my baby boy? Are you my cuddle? Thank you. So, you know how he likes to give kisses? Sometimes he likes to French kiss you. He likes to try to take his tongue and shove it into your mouth. And it's really gross. It's really annoying. I don't want to French kiss my dog. Sorry. I like kisses, but not kisses like that. You my good cuddle bud. We'll cuddle a bunch after the stream, okay? I'm almost done. I'm almost done with my stream. Phew. Alright, you gotta move, Marley. You're on my pedal. No, honey, I can't. There you go. Alright, path of least resistance. Time to flip it again. Yeah, that rayon shirt was not bad at all. I was expecting it to be a lot worse. I've never quilted over a rayon shirt. Alright, so tomorrow's stream, I'm not going to start with the t-shirt quilt. Because doing this is taking a lot out of me. Because it is a lot of work. And a lot of concentration. I'm not going to be able to do another one tonight. So, tomorrow, I'm going to start with the Ghostbusters quilt. I'll get that done first. And then I'll do the Triforce, which is super easy and super quick. It's nice. And then after the Triforce, I will do a t-shirt quilt. And that should be all I'll have the time for tomorrow because we've got 2 giveaways. Hey Doug, what do you do to win these giveaways I'm doing? No, it's nowhere near the bobbin. I already changed it. And that's not how you win the giveaways, changing the bobbin. So, the first giveaway is going on right now on my Facebook page. I have a thread that says, comment on this thread with your favorite notion. And if you do that, you have a chance to win the brand new God of Mischief pattern. The Trickster God, Loki. So that drawing will be at 1 o'clock Eastern Standard Time tomorrow. I'm going to be doing it on Facebook Live as well as Twitch. You do not need to be present to win. The second one is a pattern of your choice. Any pattern in my pattern library that you want. All you need to do is follow my stream. So you got to be a follower. If you're not a follower, you can't win. And between 1 o'clock and 2, and watch the stream tomorrow. And between 1 o'clock and 2 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, comment something in the comments. Say something, anything. I don't care what you say. You can say hi. You can say something. I don't care what you say. Just say something in the chat, and that will qualify you. And then at 2 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, my little bot will randomly pick one of those comments. Now, the more you comment does not give you more chances to win. So if you are a lurker and you do not like to comment, you can just pop in a hi, and that's all you have to do. Or, hey, I want to win. Or something. And that is how you win both contests. So I'm giving away 2, fantastic. I'm giving away 2 patterns tomorrow. So the Facebook one you can go to right now. Just like Doug did. Your favorite notion. I love how some of the comments are like, their favorite notion is their seam ripper. I'm all like, yeah, that's my favorite notion. I have a love affair with my seam ripper. I mean, yeah. I have a serious love affair. All right, I gotta stretch for a bit. So, and I've said this a couple of times already, if you are free motion quilting, you must take breaks. The breaks that I take are this, where I stand and I pull the pins out of my quilts. So please, please, please make sure you take breaks with free motion quilting. And like I said, it takes doing t-shirt quilts, free motion t-shirt quilts, it takes a lot out of you. So I am sore, I am tired. So I will, whenever I'm doing quilting tomorrow, so if you're just popping on, I'm doing another quilting stream tomorrow from 1 to 4 Eastern Standard Time and giving away 2 patterns. Tomorrow's going to be fun. Tomorrow's going to be the giveaway stream. So I will start, like I said, with the Ghostbusters. So I'll do the Ghostbusters quilt first. I've got to wait to find out am I doing it with black thread or green thread. And then I will do the Triforce quilt. And then I'll do another t-shirt quilt. So that will be tomorrow. And then I'll set aside the other t-shirt quilts for my next quilting stream, which will be right after Dragon Con. Do 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 do. And then Friday is going to be binding. So all the quilts that I quilt now, if I get this last t-shirt, if I get another t-shirt quilt done tomorrow, and if I still have time in my stream, I'll start binding. I don't think I will because of the giveaways, but if I have time, then I'll just start binding tomorrow. So then Friday is going to be a binding stream, and then I don't know what I'm doing this weekend yet. I'm thinking I'm going to do Saturday afternoon. I like that early morning Saturday, though. The 9 to 12 that I did 2 weeks ago, that was a fun one. I think I might go 9 to 12. So, I don't know, but I'm gonna do a stream Saturday. I'll probably do one Sunday. I don't know about Monday, because I'm leaving early Tuesday morning for Gen Con. There's a lot to do. So there is a lot to do. Okay, let me show you this one, now that all of the pins are out. T-shirt quilt. Yeah, I really like this one with the silver thread. Ta-da! And this is, if you are considering commissioning a t-shirt quilt for me, this is a lap size. So this is the smallest that I do. It's, and this lap size is obviously bigger than my other ones. So, yeah, that's it. That is all I'm doing today. I will be back tomorrow. Same bat time, same bat place. No. You're funny. Thanks, Doug. So yeah. Tomorrow is the giveaway stream. Yay, I'm so excited. Okay, so I will see you guys tomorrow at 1 o'clock Eastern Standard Time when I give away the Facebook pattern. And then I'll give away another one at 2 o'clock here on Twitch. So thanks for joining me. I appreciate it. I will see you guys later.